Today we're going to talk about whether or not your small business needs to work with an MSP or a managed service provider. First, we're going to discuss the pros of working with an MSP, and then we'll talk about the cons of why your company may not need an MSP. So, on the pro side, the first thing is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity isn't something that you can go purchase in a box. Some companies believe that they can go buy, either a firewall or a certain piece of software, and that's going to keep their company secure indefinitely. And that is just not the case. So how we like to talk about this is, think about you go out and buy a security system for your home, has cameras and alarm, and you set up all the alerting to go to your phone. And you go away for a week. You're at the beach or at your mountain house or whatever, and at 1 a.m., the system texts you to let you know that, hey, there's been a break-in at your home. You are asleep. So you don't get the alert till 8 a.m. the next morning. So in that time period, the criminals have already broken into your house and took everything that was valuable and have left. So you may have camera evidence or some logs that you can pull to be able to see who might have done it, but at this point, the damage is already done. The second scenario would be that you're at home and your alarm goes off at 2 in the morning. It wakes you and your family up, and you hear a window break, and your first inclination is going to be to call the police, correct? So in the cybersecurity space, the local police or local resources, or even your state police, federal resources, they're not going to be able to help you remediate a cybersecurity event. You're going to need to work with an MSP. And most MSPs nowadays do not work ad hoc with companies that are not under contract. So you are going to be stuck having to deal with remediating the cyber attack and trying to get your business back up and operational. So the second thing that we talk about on the pro side of why you should hire an MSP would be support. So when it comes to support, somebody's going to have to do it. So even if you're just yourself and you don't have any employees, your printer's going to break, your computer's not going to work someday, and somebody's going to have to fix it. So you'll either be looking to go hire somebody ad hoc to fix those issues, or you're going to have to be Googling things and trying to figure out how to support either yourself or your staff with any IT support issues they may have. The third thing is 24/7 monitoring and response. So MSPs have tools and processes in place to monitor your accounts 24/7 to make sure that we can alert you or anybody else of potentially malicious or even just weird things that may come up that could be due to a storm, your business doesn't have internet or power, something like that, to let you know that, hey, it might not be worth for your staff to come in that day. Fourth thing is backup and recovery. So we all like to pretend that nothing bad is ever going to happen, but sometimes it does. And then you will need to restore from your backups and get your business back up and running. MSPs have procedures that they built over the years and tools and teams in place to make sure that this is done efficiently and quickly. And the fifth thing is growth. So as your business grows, you're going to need to make sure that your business processes are efficient. So you're going to want to look at things like integrations, things like automation, AI solutions that are out there to make your business more efficient, productive, and then really make it so that your business can make more money. And the sixth thing is compliance. So if you fall under any compliance, if you take credit cards or if you're in the healthcare industry or the financial industry, you're going to need to make sure that your business is meeting your compliance necessities. So now we talked about those are all the things and the reasons why you should hire an MSP. Now let's talk about maybe the reasons you don't. And the first one, and this is the one that always comes up the most, is it's going to cost something. So, whether you hire an MSP or you hire on-staff IT services, you're going to need to pay either an MSP or an in-staff IT person to make sure that you are resolving any of the issues that come up. Second thing is less control. So if you like to tinker with your technology, if you want to purchase your own hardware and play with different software packages, maybe working with an MSP isn't for you, because an MSP is going to want you to follow their tried and true recommendations. They're going to want to provide the hardware. They're going to recommend their vendors that they use. The third thing is not all MSPs are the same. So whether, just like you shop for an accountant, a lawyer, an HVAC company, a pest control company, each company is going to be better or worse than another one. So you want to make sure that you're doing your homework to determine which MSP might be the best fit for you if you decide to hire one. And the fourth thing could just be that you're too small. Maybe you just started your business, or you have, maybe 2 or 3 people, and you just right now don't have the need for a fully managed IT solution. And the fifth is the contract. Obviously, every MSP out there has some form of a contract. Some are completely month to month. Some do a year contract. Some do 2 years, 3 years. So in every one of those instances, you're going to have to sign some sort of documentation. So to summarize, the reasons that you may want to work with an MSP are that your business relies on technology for your business to work. Number 2, you want strong cybersecurity protection. Number 3, you're concerned about data loss, and it would be very costly if your business was down for any period of time. And number 4, you don't have the resources to hire an internal IT staff at this time, or you need some ancillary help for your internal IT staff. And that the last thing being that you are looking for an external resource to help make your business more efficient. Reasons that you may not want to hire in MSP are you have very minimal IT needs, you have very small team, your company either just started or you only have a handful of employees. You prefer to just do pay as you go. You just hire people to kind of come in and fix one problem, and then you kind of say goodbye and you'll call them again when something else comes up. And you're not ready for a long-term commitment, or you don't have any kind of compliance needs. You don't take credit cards. You're not in healthcare. You're not. You don't deal in financial records. You don't store any personal identifiable information for any of your clients.